If you look closely at the gap between the person you are and the person you want to be, you'll usually find a trail of broken promises. We tell ourselves we're going to start a new routine, hit the gym, or finally focus on that project, but distractions slide in and excuses take over. Modern self-help advice insists the problem is a lack of motivation. The prevailing wisdom tells you to find your spark, watch another inspiring video, and wait for the exact right mood to strike before you can begin the hard work. History offers a powerful counterargument. This is a classical marble bust of Marcus Aurelius. Nearly 2,000 years ago, he ruled the Roman Empire, navigating brutal frontier wars, rampant plagues, and the heavy administrative weight of millions of citizens. Look at this stone relief showing Roman soldiers on horseback. It captures the very real, brutal external chaos Aurelius managed on a daily basis. Yet amidst all that military and political pressure, he realized the only battle he had absolute control over was happening entirely inside his own mind. He didn't survive decades of rule by waiting until he felt inspired to lead. Instead, he utilized an internal mental framework, a set of actionable rules that gave him a clear direction to follow, even on his most difficult days. The problem with relying on your feelings is that they are deeply unreliable. If you only study when you feel curious, or exercise when your energy levels happen to be perfectly peaked, your progress will constantly start and stop. Here we see two paths in this diagram. The erratic, fluctuating wave represents working based on emotion. It spikes up and crashes down randomly. The solid, unwavering straight line below it is the first Stoic rule, purpose. Where motivation is fragile, a clearly defined purpose is permanent. Notice what happens when things get difficult. The emotion line shatters against the barrier of resistance, but the steady line of purpose breaks through. Marcus Aurelius practiced anchoring his actions to his identity as a leader. When you identify as someone with a specific duty to fulfill, you create a logical reason to continue, even when you would prefer to stop. Establishing this underlying why changes the nature of the effort. A difficult morning run or a long study session stops being an annoyance to avoid and becomes a necessary piece of the person you are actively building. It's easy to fall into a state of endless delay, convinced you'll start executing your goals as soon as the circumstances are perfectly aligned. You wait for life to settle down, for more free time, or for a sudden surge of support from the people around you. But the Stoics observed that external conditions are inherently unpredictable. If you tie your ability to act to outside forces, you give away your agency. Plans will fail, people will inevitably disappoint you, and timing will rarely be convenient. To counter this, Aurelius focused entirely on developing inner reliability. True confidence doesn't materialize because someone tells you you're doing a great job. It is manufactured strictly by keeping uncomfortable promises to yourself, choosing to finish a workout or finish writing a page when you would heavily prefer to be resting. Proving to your own mind that you can routinely handle friction creates an immense level of self-trust. You become highly effective because your self-worth is driven directly by your own actions, completely decoupled from the approval or attention of the crowd. Social media constantly promotes the idea of the massive overnight breakthrough, a huge burst of hyper-focused effort fueled by incredible inspiration that solves your problems all at once. The Stoic approach is far less glamorous, but drastically more reliable. Marcus Aurelius actively trained himself to ignore the distant future. His tactical rule was simple: shrink your focus down to exactly what you need to do today and execute that single responsibility with total excellence. Look at this side-by-side comparison of two identical construction goals. On the left, the builder works in sporadic, intense bursts only when they feel motivated, leaving the final structure weak and unstable. On the right, the structure grows block by block through slow, steady, emotionless consistency. Your actual character isn't revealed on the days you feel energetic and well-rested. True discipline is forged exclusively in those cold moments when abandoning your task feels perfectly justified and you decide to keep working anyway. When you combine a clear purpose, strict inner reliability, and an absolute focus on today's tasks, you arrive at a highly practical truth. Lasting success does not come from extraordinary effort. It is simply ordinary effort repeated consistently over time. Take a look at this intricate stone frieze. It shows Roman soldiers meticulously constructing a physical wall, quite literally brick by brick. It is a historical record of the compounding effect. Small, unglamorous daily actions accumulate into massive fortifications, completed books, and rebuilt bodies. You do not need to wait for a sudden surge of inspiration to begin. You don't even need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Your only actual requirement is to wake up, show up, and complete today's specific task, and then do it again tomorrow. Modern society is a machine engineered to eliminate friction. Food arrives in minutes. Entertainment never ends. Every daily inconvenience has an immediate digital shortcut designed to keep you comfortable. But a strange correlation appears when tracking these living standards against psychological well-being. As our access to frictionless convenience climbs, our measured mental resilience takes a sharp dive. Despite having everything at our fingertips, anxiety, impatience, and mental exhaustion are at an all-time high. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius argued that the problem isn't the presence of hardship, but our forgotten ability to handle it. He viewed discomfort not as an enemy, but as a necessary training ground. Without this training, a mind accustomed only to ease loses its strength. To reclaim internal power, the Stoics looked past life hacks for comfort and instead adopted a rigorous system of self-imposed friction. They called this practice voluntary discomfort. It was a method of using physical resistance to ensure the mind never became fragile or dependent on its surroundings. This involves intentionally choosing the harder option in small daily moments. Waking up an hour earlier, taking a cold shower, using stairs instead of elevators, or putting your phone away when you feel the strongest urge to keep scrolling. These acts send a specific message to the brain. Reason is in charge of impulse. When you choose the difficult path, you strengthen the ability to make the next disciplined choice. This requires mastering delayed gratification. An athlete wins their medal long before the competition begins. It is earned during the mornings nobody sees, the workouts nobody applauds, and the sacrifices nobody celebrates. Meaningful achievements, whether financial freedom, a healthy body, or peace of mind, are built through thousands of disciplined choices that produce no immediate reward. Choosing discomfort or delaying a reward acts as a vote for your future character. Over time, you stop fearing challenge and begin welcoming it as the tool that shapes you. This is the dichotomy of control, a 2,000-year-old framework for managing energy. It divides the world into a central circle of the self and a chaotic outer orbit of external factors. Most people drain their energy by focusing on that outer ring. They worry about the state of the economy, the mistakes of the past, and the opinions of people they don't even like. The Stoic approach pulls that energy back to the center. You focus exclusively on what actually belongs to you: your thoughts, your choices, your attitude, and your effort. When an obstacle appears, the undisciplined mind complains and waits for circumstances to improve. The Stoic mind immediately asks, "What is within my control to do right now?" Stability begins the moment you stop fighting battles you were never meant to win. You gain emotional freedom by letting go of everything outside your direct influence. Life will eventually disappoint you. People will betray your trust, and plans will fall apart. There will be moments when nothing seems fair. Marcus Aurelius governed through a devastating plague, led his army through endless wars, and endured the loss of his children and betrayal by close advisors. He avoided the victim mindset, the habit of making excuses to protect the ego. Blaming circumstances or other people feels comforting in the short term, but it hands your power to someone else. Stoicism shifts the internal question from, "Why did this happen to me?" to, "Who can I become because this happened?" You cannot always choose what happens to you, but you determine the meaning you give it. That single choice dictates the person you become. Discipline is the ability to govern yourself despite the chaos of the world. It is the refusal to let your character be defined by circumstances. This mindset survives the rise and fall of empires because it relies on internal strength rather than external convenience. By consistently choosing the difficult path today, you eliminate unnecessary stress. You become someone who is no longer controlled by the need for comfort. Freedom begins the moment reason becomes stronger than impulse. It is the result of choosing long-term purpose over short-term pleasure. Every disciplined choice is an investment. Over time, those choices build the version of yourself you've always wanted to be.